Christine asked a great question here, and it is, how do you know where the mycotoxins are coming from? So if you've established your mold toxic, you've done a mycotoxin urine test and you see you're full of mycotoxins, or it doesn't have to be full, you see that you're accumulating mycotoxins, and those could be affecting your health greatly. Where are they coming from? Well, most of the time it's your home. Now, if you've been living in one house for quite some time, it's probably that house. But some people move quite a bit. Like I just had a person a few days ago have a young one that I said, well, that child's probably just been in your current house, right? And she said, no, he's been in 3 houses. So that's when things can get tricky, because you don't know if the exposure came from house 1, house 2, or house 3. Or if it came from a daycare or someone else's house that they spend a lot of time in. Because I've seen it where it's the daycare. The house may be fine, but the child spends 6 hours a day or so at a daycare Monday to Friday, and that's enough to put them over the top and wreck their body and make them sick. So if you have these mycotoxins, yes, you need to figure out where it's coming from, because if you don't stop the exposure, you'll keep getting sicker. So the number one test for ruling out your home, number one, is the ERMI. Okay, that's the Swiffer test where you collect your dust high and low. Be sure to watch my video on how to do an ERMI, and that will tell you if it's your house or not. Now, don't call your local mold inspector and have them do an air quality test, because most of the time they come do the test and tell you everything's fine and it's not your house. And that is what drives me crazy. Cue angry emojis. Okay, so it has to be an ERMI. Plate test, if you're on an extreme budget, you can do a plate test, but there's a lot of reasons plate tests miss a lot, including airflow and which molds and where you place them, how long they're left out, which molds grow on the plate, how long you give for them to start growing. There's a lot of variables. I don't like them, but if you can't do an ERMI, you can do a plate test. But I would definitely recommend an ERMI, and check your house first. If it's not that house, then just ask yourself, where do I or your child, whoever's sick, spend a lot of time? You know, you might have to check a school or a daycare or even a car. Sometimes it's the car. The skylight or sunroof had a leak and the carpet got wet, and it can even be a car. But you're going to do an ERMI on your home to rule that in or out first. After that, you need to figure out what the most probable locations of where the mold could be coming from. All right, I hope that helps, Christine.
Do you have questions about mold in your home or body? Book a consultation with Matt, aka the Mold Man, to guide your home and body to the next level of healing.